Hey, everybody, it's Gaspare Randazzo. Good to see you, socialites, and welcome to the Social Studies Podcast with me, Joe Dombrowski.
And me, Gaspare Randazzo.
I got shows coming up, as always. I'm going to be in LA on Wednesday doing my Straight Friends, and then I'm going to be in Springfield, Missouri, St. Louis, Indianapolis, Long Island, Hartford, and then I'm going on the Heather McMahon cruise, which is going to be so fun. Toronto, Madison, Wisconsin, and then I had to move Des Moines. I will tell you, I haven't even told you why. I'm going to type it. I had to move my Des Moines show. So that's now in June. Big reasons that we'll tell you about when we can tell you about it. That's all I can say. Thank you so much. Love you. Peace be with you. What about you? What do you got going on?
I'll be in New York City this weekend, but it's sold out. So
did I surprise you with that peace be with you?
It was good. I like that. It was funny. And I'll tell you something about peace in a minute. I'll be in New York City, which is sold out, but stay tuned because I have a really big announcement for a show in Staten Island coming up. Then I'll be in Portland, Oregon, Naples, Boston, Philadelphia, West Hartford, Tulsa, Plano, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Long Island, Los Angeles. Sacramento has now been added to the tour. Point Pleasant, New Jersey has been added, and Seattle and Chicago. Get your tickets at GaspareRandazzo.com. Joe, you know what's weird, guys? For the listeners right now, just listening, well, that would be the listeners. You guys, it seems like we've just every week, it's just like we've been meeting and talking. But what you don't know is that I haven't spoken to Joe almost this whole entire month of February because Joe's been busy and we pre-recorded a bunch of episodes. And then while he was busy, I didn't want to bother him. So we didn't talk. So we've just been talking for the last 2 hours before this episode started. So, Joe, why don't you tell them where you were?
I think we told them. I was on my honeymoon in Sydney and also Queenstown, New Zealand. And I got to tell you something. First of all, Gaspare, both cities, but Sydney's more of a major city, so I'll speak to that. So unbelievably clean, you have no clue. The whole time I was there, I was like, I'm in Sydney, Australia right now, and I have to go back home to live in a absolute pigsty, dirty, disgusting trash pit. And here's the thing. Love to be an American, very proud to be an American. However, Sydney, Australia's got it going on. They have waste management down to a science and also street cleaning and everything. There was not, Gaspare, not a speck of graffiti, not a single sticker, and swept, washed roads. It was just so clean. Public transit was the cleanest thing I've ever been on. No weird, I didn't smell piss in the street of the public transit once. I was like, this is unbelievable. And then, get this, I said that on Instagram. I was like, you guys, you have no idea. Sydney's so clean you could eat off the street. And people had the audacity to message me from Sydney. And they told me, laughable that you said you would eat off the streets of Sydney. And I was like, you trust me? Trust me. As an American living in a major U.S. city, you have no fucking idea.
But now, is it a safe country? Like, did you feel safe while you were there?
Oh my God. Not a bit of bullshit. Okay, danger can happen everywhere, which is what Fran Dombrowski always tells me, which is why I think I'm going to be human trafficked around every corner. But safe. Like, if it was midnight and I had to walk across the street to get Morgan some medicine, I would have done it in my underwear and been fine. We took the public transit late at night and early in the morning. No issues. Like, it's just safe as hell.
Do they have Uber?
Yes. And that was hard at first, too. I tried to get in on the wrong side of the car.
So, all right, aside from it being clean, though, like, what was cool about it? Like, what was the nicest thing? What'd you guys do? I haven't spoken to you at all. I don't even know what you did.
Well, there was
did you go fishing?
I did text you once, which is very funny.
Oh, yeah, on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so I was there. The first day we got there was actually Super Bowl Monday because the Super Bowl was a Sunday, but it was Monday in Australia. And this was so shocking to me. celebrate the Super Bowl there, but it's very obvious that they don't understand really football because when all the bars were packed, but when you looked into the bar, it was every NFL jersey you could think of, these people were wearing. It was just kind of like they were like, yeah, sports today. And they threw on their football jersey,
That's
no matter
so
what it was,
crazy to
and
me.
went to watch the Super Bowl. I even saw Chicago Bulls jersey at one point, and I was like, even my gay ass knows that's not right. So these people
You
really
ain't
don't know
supposed
what
to
the
be
hell's going on. I go, here's the thing, brother. You got something going wrong with that. But it was like unbelievable. It was so funny. The picture I sent you
was just
at
a bunch
one,
of random
it was literally
ass
it's a
dudes.
bunch of dudes in a circle chatting, and it was like a Bengals
Detroit
jersey,
Lions
a Saints jersey, a Lions jersey, a Steelers jersey. I don't even think the
A
Chiefs were
hockey
in that
jersey.
mix. It was just a mess. I was like,
But do they even understand American football? No,
I don't know.
Because like they watch rugby, and like I would never watch the rugby
We watched a
championship
little
and be
rugby.
like, "Oh, it's
I
great."
don't even think I need to watch porn anymore.
Oh, for you, I guess it's even better.
Holy fuck. Rugby is a sexual sport. Did you know that when you jump in rugby, they grab you by your underwear and lift you up so you go even higher? I was like,
My brother used to play it.
Really?
My brother was the scrum. I think it was called the scrum.
Yeah, I bet Mike
which,
Sugarman used to play too.
Which is when it's like the circle jerk, and then one guy comes and jumps over the pile to get the ball. That was what my brother did.
The piles are crazy.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they're all interlocked, pushing on each other to get to something. I was like, oh, well, I hope you guys have good health insurance because someone's going to break a collarbone.
Quick football questions that you brought.
He's a little kid. If you're watching on YouTube, he's a little fucking child. He literally, you know when a carp comes out of the water? That's what you look like. You just cough.
Dude, did you see that guy who got swallowed by the whale and then spit out?
A fucking whale! Oh my god! My god!
It was literally Pinocchio.
He just funny.
He was like,
and just spit him out. And he was like, the interview was so funny because they were like, "Can you tell us more about like what it was like?" And he was like, I'm going to explain it the best I can, but this is really hard to do because no one's been eaten by a whale before.
What did he say in the interview?
Yeah, he was just like, it was really, really hard for him to explain. He was like, all of a sudden something came from the bottom and then it was dark and slimy. And then I was out of it. And then I was like, whoa. And he kept saying he was worried about his dad. The number he was worried to save it because he didn't know if his dad was in there too or like what was happening. So
I wonder if it was hard to breathe in there because once the whale shuts his mouth, is that like sucks all the air out, or is it like still room in there to be like, "What's up?" Like if he yelled, was it like you saw Pinocchio?
Thing about whales? There's two types of whales. There's toothed whales and there's baleen whales. Baleen whales fill their mouth with water and then they like let their baleen, which looks like the bottom of a broom, and then they push all the water out, and then that whatever they're going to eat stayed in their mouth without water, and then they can swallow. So I think this was that kind of whale, and then the whale was like, "Oh, too big," and then let.
But is he too big? Like you would think that's little.
Yeah, I don't think a whale. Like I think a whale swallowing. This is good. This is very how many bees tall. I think a whale swallowing a kayak would be like us swallowing a toothpick. We would be like, oh, there's something in my mouth that I just instinctively know I shouldn't can't swallow.
Well, you're right, because the kayak, I forgot the kayak was in there, probably rubbed against his, and he was like, oh, I'm not gonna fucking eat this shit.
He was like, this is hard as fuck. Yeah.
Because like, if it's just a fish, you're like, oh, I'll chew through these bones like it's nothing.
Like straight up, I feel like if it was like whales are eating super small fish. However, I feel like if it was like an injured shark that happened to be at the top, I think the whale would still be like, I'll swallow that. I'll
push through. Yeah, like how like sometimes like there's still a wrapper left on the chocolate and you're like, I could just eat that. Like,
who
or the
fuck
gum.
saying that?
Like you never had a Reese's Pieces and then like there's still some wrapper and you're like, fuck it, and you just eat it?
No.
Oh.
No.
But or like gum.
What are you saying? You're not a human.
Like when gum.
You can stop
some of the
explaining it, because never in my life have I had a little bit of wrapper in my mouth and said, you know what, just swallow it.
First, when we were kids, they told us that you could swallow the Orbit wrappers. Remember that was a myth? I swallowed a ton of them. They said you could chew through it. It was part of it.
Did you used to scrape the back of your double mint gum and add it to your like agenda or whatever? So it would be like all one layer of like tin?
Nah. Oh, the tin. I thought you meant the gum.
Like peel the tin off the wrapper. And
yeah. I didn't do that. I didn't have the patience.
Yeah, I did.
But
that was kind of like my.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Guys, I need help in my life. I got so many things going on. I'm juggling my family, my kids, my wife, stand-up, teaching, being friends with Joe. There's so many things that bring me stress in this life. And sometimes I just need a person to talk to. And a lot of the times these people don't want to always talk back to me. So sometimes I need a therapist. I need someone who could talk to me, who could listen to me and help me see the world in a little bit of a different light, a different way, and all that stuff. BetterHelp is fully online, which makes therapy affordable and convenient. And guess what? It serves over 5 million people worldwide. You get more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties, and you can easily switch to a different therapist anytime at no extra cost. So here's the thing, guys. Build your own support system with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/social studies today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/social studies.
Hey, I don't know if you guys are anything like me, but I like to have my money where I can see it. And unfortunately, traditional big wireless carriers also like to have your money where they can see it. So I think you should do this, because after years of you overpaying for wireless, I think that you're fed up with the crazy high wireless bills and the bogus fees that sneak in there and the free perks that actually cost more. So why don't you do this? Why don't you switch to Mint Mobile? That's right. Think of all the things you can do with all that extra money. You could save it up and take yourself to a trip to Staten Island so you can catch E. coli with Gaspare or whatever the hell he's doing over there. So say bye-bye to all your overpriced wireless plans with those jaw-dropping monthly bills and overpriced overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with premium wireless plans starting at $15 a month. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk-to-text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. And you can use your own phone number with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your number along with you, along with all your existing contacts. So ditch the overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. If you like your money, Mint Mobile is for you. Shop plans at mintmobile.com/social studies. That's mintmobile.com/social studies. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month 5 GB plan is required, which is equivalent to $15 a month. New customers offer for the first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes, fees, and extras do apply. See mintmobile.com for details. Okay, anyway, so other things that happened on the trip. This was really funny. So Morgan and I got massages, okay? And as you know, one of my very best friends is Richie Armani, who I can't fucking wait for you guys. Oh, you met at the wedding.
Yeah,
but
hung out at the wedding.
You're on my straight friends this summer, so you'll get to really hang out with us. Okay. Richie's Filipino, okay? And Richie speaks like Talagan.
Telagog.
Yeah.
Telagaga. Lady Gaga. Tag along.
It's something like that. Hold on, let me call him really quick.
I just Google it. Filipino language.
Hold on, he'll say it better, and I don't need to look like an asshole in front of all these people.
Hey.
Legally, I'm obligated to tell you you're on the Social Studies podcast right now.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Hey, how do you say the language that Filipino people speak again?
Tagalog?
Okay, yeah. I'm sitting here trying. I'm like, it's something like tag along, but it's something. Okay.
A Girl Scout cookie? No,
Yeah.
it's not that.
Okay. I'm about to tell the story that I told you earlier on the podcast.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll have fun with that.
Bye. Okay. So Richie fucks around with me sometimes and he'll like put on his like a Filipino accent. And like in Filipino, instead of calling me Joseph, he'll call me Josep. Okay. And so Morgan and I go to this amazing spa. And we're like in a jacuzzi outside looking at this river. And then we had to get massages. And we thought we were going to be in two separate rooms, but we were in the same room right next to each other. And the two women who were giving us massages were Filipino. And we're getting massages and everything's going according to plan. And all of a sudden, this woman gets down and whispers in my ear and she goes,
Wait, what'd she say?
"How's the pressure, Joseph?" And when she called me Joseph, all I could think about was Richie. And I had my face in this massage thing, trying so hard not to let out an audible laugh. Because I wasn't laughing at this woman's accent. I was laughing because she reminded me of this thing that my friend fucks around with me, who is Filipino. And I'm just
And
like,
now you're not going to be
"Please
able to
don't fucking say
explain
my
that
name."
to her.
Yeah, I was like, "Do not say my fucking name, please." And she the whole time was like, "Is everything good, Joseph?" I'm like, fuck.
I thought you were
Fuck.
going to say she asked if you wanted more.
Oh God, I know. I was like, I would have lost it. I would have lost it. Okay,
Joseph,
one more.
would you like
One more.
penis?
No, one more thing. That happened, and we didn't argue. Morgan and I didn't argue about this, but it's summertime there, right?
Oh,
My
that's
husband.
right. They're opposite season, right?
I hate driving. Yeah, it's opposite season. So it's towards the end of their summer. I hate driving. Okay. So whenever we go anywhere, it's throw the keys to Morgan. I'm in the second seat because I'm like you. I always got to be doing something. And I feel like when I'm driving, I'm not able to do other things. So I hate it. I can't even think. I can't even look
Oh,
out the
I
window.
love driving.
Hate it. Anyway, so Morgan is the driver and we'd get in the parking lot. We'd get in the car and he would just get in, close the doors, windows up, and he'll just like check the directions on his phone, make sure everything's good, plug in his phone, look around. And I'm like, start this fucking car. I cannot handle you. I think in hot places or in the summertime, the national rule, or you go to federal prison, if you do not get in the car, start it immediately and roll the windows down, you go to prison. Like,
Why? Because you're hot?
Oh my.
I actually,
Clawing at the windows.
I love that feeling of a
A
hot
super
car.
hot summer car.
I
You
like that.
love that feeling?
Yeah, it's just like it's very comforting to me. Like I'm like, ah,
No.
I like when it takes
when
your
it's
breath away.
in the fall or the spring when it's cold outside, but the greenhouse
No,
effect
I'm
happen
talking
and you
like
get in a
when
warmer
the
car.
seats are a little hot and you get in, it's like I
You're
kind of
fucking
like
with
it.
me.
I don't know.
This is a bit.
I'm
You're
not
doing a
fucking
bit.
with you. Not
No,
doing
you
a bit.
don't.
Especially when it's like corduroy seats and it's not like leather seats. That hurts.
Well,
But
first of all, what fucking 1970
I'm also
car
thinking
are you
like it
getting into
reminds
those
me of
corduroy seats?
it reminds me of like childhood. It reminds me of my youth. I like it.
You said corduroy seats, and I could smell cigarette smoke in the air. Like,
It was
what
like
are you
the
talking
red.
about?
We had the red minivan. It had the corduroy seats, and like you'd sit there. The door would like the hard ass heavy door would slide it shut, and you'd just be sitting there in the hot car. I
You know what?
remember.
First of all, stop talking about the hot car. You're making me uncomfortable. But
It was a white van.
I have a very strong memory from when I was a little kid before doors had like child safety on the door. And I straight up opened the back door in the middle of the highway when I was a little
What
kid.
happened? You probably didn't
I
even have a
could have died.
seatbelt on.
My mom grabbed me. I don't think I did have a seatbelt on. My mom was in the back seat too, and she grabbed me and shut the door, going fast as hell on the highway.
Dude, do we even have car seats when we were young? Like booster seats and car seat?
I don't really remember it. And if we did, it was probably like the first one ever made.
Remember in Matilda, he just puts the car seat in the trunk and it's just going side to side?
I don't remember that actually.
That's the only part I remember. Joe, you know when you're just craving like a bread, but you're trying to eat better and you're like, oh, I can't be eating bread. It's so carby. It's so heavy. Okay, Joe, what if I told you that there's some baked goods that are delicious and flavorful, but also have ultra low net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and are high in fiber. Fiber is the thing that's good for you because fiber helps you go to the bathroom. So Hero Bread is here to save you. Okay, Joe, let me tell you something about Hero Bread. I was eating the bagels. First off, let me just tell you that these bagels last for a long time. Okay, they last for a long time. And not only do they last long, you know, if you get bagels after a while, they get hard and all that stuff. These bagels stay so soft that it doesn't even make sense. Like, I'm actually confused by it. How are they staying so soft? They're fluffy. They got like this, like, insane, like I can't even explain it. It's just like this soft buttery roll feel to it. And guess what, Joe? 0 grams of sugar, 19 grams of protein. Okay, that's a lot of protein for a bagel. Okay, so all you got to do is you got to put your favorite stuff on it. You could put your lunch, you could put your breakfast sandwich, you could put cold cuts, you could put a little chopped meat, right? All the things that we like, you could put it on it. Hero Bread serves, gives you bread, gives you loaves, gives you tortillas, bagels, dinner rolls. So that's great for Taco Tuesday, grilled cheese, whatever you want. Hero Bread's got you covered. So here's what you got to do. Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order. Go to hero.co and use code social at checkout. That's social at HERO.co.
This show is sponsored by Liquid IV. Listen, you guys, I'm pretty sure I don't have blood anymore. I just have Liquid IV flowing through my veins. I've been drinking this stuff so much and I'm obsessed with it. I've specifically, Gaspar, I've switched over. I'm doing the sugar-free ones, which the flavor still as good as the regular. Because you know how sometimes when you drink sugar-free stuff and you're just like, it's tasteless? Trust me, not with Liquid IV. Shout out to the white peach flavor. You have my heart. Love looks different for everyone, especially the way that you treat yourself for celebration. So why not treat yourself right now with Live Hydroscience powered Liquid IV? Visit liquidiv.com and fall in love with all the flavors like the zesty new hydration multiplier sugar-free raspberry lemonade and use code SOCIAL to save 20% off your first order. Personally, my routine is I take Liquid IV on the road with me and then I can rip one open and throw it in a bottle of water at any time. And I'm serious, you barely even have to shake it up and it dissolves so easy and it's just done ready for you. You can have it before workouts, late night if you went out drinking, while you're traveling to stay hydrated, whatever you need to do. And obviously, if you travel as much as I do, I 10 out of 10 guarantee that you do this. And also, if you drink as much as I do, just pause the episode right now and go buy it. Because trust me, it is fully a game changer. And the best part about Liquid IV to me is that the flavors, what you're reading is what it tastes like. Like I told you, white peach, it tastes like white peach. When you're drinking the raspberry lemonade, literally tastes like raspberry lemonade. You're not getting any boobity ba that's not as good as what it sounds like it's going to be. For example, Gaspar and I tried the, I think it was rainbow sherbet, and another one was firecracker popsicle. Not even kidding. It tastes like firecracker popsicle. It was absolutely insane. Anyway, you can find all your favorite flavors of the Hydro Multiplier flavors on their website. Everything from acai berry to lemon lime and pina colada is even an option. So go with God and pick whatever you want. You can break the mold with your own ritual. It's literally just one stick in a 16-ounce thing of water, which hydrates you better than water alone. And I mean that too, because Liquid IV is actually powered by Live Hydration, which is an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. Trust me, treat yourself to extraordinary hydration with Liquid IV and get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code SOCIAL at checkout. 20% off. Not even kidding you. 20% off your first order when you use the code social at liquidiv.com. Anyway, how was your time being away from me? Tell me everything.
Wait, I do want to tell you, my son had parent teacher today.
Oh, how was that?
So they told us that a few days ago that he's very silly when he's in school.
Are you shocked?
And sometimes he's like, can't get serious even when he's trying. And they said that they brought him outside and were like, you got to try to be serious. And he said, yeah, but my dad has never been serious. He said, my dad is always silly. No matter what he's doing, he's silly. When he's cooking, he's silly. When he's reading us bedtime stories, he's silly. When he's giving me a shower, he's silly. He said,
that's not true. I've seen you have to get stern with them.
yeah, but I guess like overall, like I am very fun. I will say that to my children. And he was just like, yeah, my dad's silly all the time. So like, why would I have to be serious? And like the teachers had to explain to him, like, well, like your daddy for work has to be silly. And he's like, oh yeah, because he does comedian. And they were like, yeah. And they're like, so like, sometimes he has to be serious. He's like, I don't think so. I don't think he's ever serious. And I said to myself, I was like, you know what? I'm fucking proud of that. I like that he did that. Like, I don't want him to get in trouble. And they said he wasn't in trouble, but he's just silly. And I was like, you know what? He's fucking learning. And I'm glad he's more like me than I thought he would be.
He's learning.
Sometimes, like I'm saying, like he's a funny kid. Like it's good, like I'm glad. Like he's like me. And I was like, that's a good thing. I take it as a good compliment. I thought it was sweet that he's so much like me. Will you ever like get good reports in school? They probably said he's smart, he's nice, he talks too much. That was always my report. And that's basically what his report is.
Yeah, but I know exactly what kind of parent you are now because I've had this parent like you at parent teacher conference when you have to say the same thing.
What?
Like
what do you
you're
mean?
like your kid can never be serious and you turn around and you're like, you know what? I love that he's like me. And it's like, no, he needs to learn time and place in the classroom.
No. When he came home, I had to have a whole talk to him.
Oh, how'd
about
that
like
go?
It was fine. He understood because they've been talking about it with him in school. I said, look, daddy's silly because I like making you laugh and I love you. And you know what I mean? I said, but
yeah,
there
because
are
you're
times
not
when
his teacher. Yeah.
I said, when I go to work, I have to be serious. Meanwhile, that's not even true, but I have to tell him that. And what's great is like my friend Kim, my co-teacher, while all this is going on, she's like, no, he's right. You're never serious. Like I've been teaching you for 10 years, still waiting for you to get strict on the kids.
At the end
like
of
the
this,
students.
you have to tell him that Robert is watching.
No, not Robert. What was his name?
Yeah, Robert. His name was Robert.
Oh, Robert Claus. I think he meant Kissy.
Kissy.
No, but I said to him, I was like, look, when daddy goes to work, daddy's serious. I said, I don't have to be serious with you. I said, I love you. I said, you don't ever make me have to be serious. So I'm never mad. When you're around, I'm always happy. And then I started thinking, I was like, I don't think my kids have ever even seen me in a bad mood.
Really?
Like, have you ever? I'm never in a bad mood. Everything could be going wrong in life. I'm never in a bad mood.
Yeah.
I get like annoyed, but like even when I'm annoyed, I'm
we
still
just
in a
laugh
good mood.
about it. Yeah, we're laughing.
Yeah, like I'm still in a good
usually.
mood. And like when there's trauma going on around me, I'm laughing
That's
and
a
joking
good part about being
it.
your friend for sure.
What?
I've called you in a bad mood sometimes and we just end up fucking around. It's just so funny.
Wait, you want to laugh? So I had the shows this weekend with Mr. Philip Lindsay and
Do
Andrea.
they fuck around?
Oh yeah, they're good time. And
Okay,
but this was their first time doing it. So they were like nervous. And like there I am backstage, like pounding back mozzarella sticks. And they're like,
Lord.
Philip's like jogging and play. It's his first few shows. And Andrea's going over her notes. And we're literally about to go on stage. And we played like an intro video. And I'm like, oh, this shirt makes me look weird. I'm going to change. And Andrea's like, they're literally playing the intro song. I go, I have like 30 seconds. So I'm getting out my shirt and I'm shaking it out. I was like, oh, let me iron it. She was like having a heart attack and I'm pretending I'm putting on the steamer. She's like, you can't be serious right now. You're not. And I'm like, guys, relax. I'm like, I'm just fucking around. And then they announced our names. I just walked out on stage. She's like, why did you do this to us? I was like, because when you guys are stressed, we can't all be stressed. That's how you balance things out. Like, that's why Melissa and I work. She's stressed all the time. I'm never, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Like, if we're both stressed, I'm like, we're both going to be fucking worried about the kid having cavities. Like, we went to the dentist today.
Melissa? I say this to Morgan all the time. I always say, it's so fun being with me, isn't it?
No, I just say you're lucky. Not. I'm lucky to.
You're horrible. You're horrible. What else have you been up to?
Wait, so what was the best? What would you like better, Sydney or the other place?
God, so I liked them both for sure, but they were just so different. It was Queenstown, New Zealand. They're very, very different places, even though they're so close.
Is New Zealand like a not Australia?
You're a history teacher.
No, I know, but I'm saying like in my head, they're both like exactly the same. It's just one big desert fucking kangaroo wasteland.
No, not at all. Actually, the climate and the physical features of New Zealand are almost exactly like Seattle. Their winters are the same as us, really rainy too. And their summer, it was like it felt like the whole time we were in New Zealand, except for the days that it rained, it felt like what you experienced when you were here for my wedding. Just great. Like, not super humid and hot, not humid at all. Hot, warm, nice, cold winter, cooler nights. It was just so nice.
Do you know how Australia started?
Please tell me. And we're running out of time, so let's hear it.
Australia started in England when they had a lot of prisoners in England, right? And the prisons were overpopulated.
I think I did know this. Yeah.
They didn't know what to do with the prisoners, so they put them on a boat and just rode around and then found Australia and then dumped them in Australia. That's what 19 Crimes wine. You know 19 Crimes wine?
No.
You don't know the wine where you hold your phone over it and they talk?
No.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
I'm going to find it. No.
It's a bottle of wine.
How do you know what you're talking about?
It's super famous.
From who?
The wine world? I don't know.
Never had it.
It's a wine bottle like this, look. And then there's a picture of a person on it. And all the bottles have 19 different people on them, right? And each of them, on each bottle, it says the crime. It's a mugshot of a person. And when you put your phone over it, the mugshot starts talking. And it tells you why they were arrested. And it's the 19 crimes that could make you end up getting sent to Australia from England. And it was 19 crimes. I can't believe you never heard of this.
Never heard of it. Looks cool, though.
What were the 19 crimes to be sent to Australia? Grand larceny.
They have 19 crimes with Snoop Dogg on it.
Well, now probably they've expanded.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it was a set of...
they have 19 crimes with Martha Stewart on it.
All right, so now it's just for anything. If you stole fish from a river or a pond, if you bought or received stolen goods, if you set fire, if you had assault, impersonating an Egyptian got you sent to Australia. Bigamy? Which one's bigamy? Is that where you have sex with other people?
No, that's polygamy.
What's bigamy?
I don't know, but that sounds like a great question for our next episode.
No, but I'm just looking at, you don't want to know right now?
Okay.
I mean, I know we got bigamy is it's the act of marrying someone while still legally married to another person.
Okay.
Yeah, bigamy. All right. Well, this is Joe's honeymoon wrap up.
We'll get more to it. Hey, you guys, thanks for listening to the Social Studies Podcast. As always, send us an email of a wild story at thesocialstudiespodcast.com. Watch us on YouTube, the Social Studies Podcast, or become a Patreon member at the Social Studies Podcast, patreon.com/the Social Studies Podcast. Love you guys so much, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys. Bye.